were trying to do it the more organic way, but we also looked at a lot of different lead sources. And we had quite a few that didn't actually end up working out. A lot of people promise the world and do not deliver, right? Or they have something that works for a little bit, the algorithms change and they're out of date. So one thing that I, really love about Fondako is that it's actually proven results and we keep seeing those results. So it's not like a, one pump chump kind of situation where it's really like we really are getting that ongoing support, ongoing great quality leads, and they're getting us in front of people that we might not meet on the street or in a networking event. They're professionals that are busy. They're working 10 to 15 hours a day sometimes. They have multiple corps and they're scrolling on Facebook at 2 in the morning. And we're not going to get in front of those people any other way
Right.
than through social media. So you guys have a really good secret sauce that has been proving those results over and over. So we love the business owner market, but this has really brought us to that next level. And so we're really excited.
Awesome. Awesome. I have to say that Bryn and Eleni are part of a select club. So they were able to close on the first month with us.
Mhm.
As a matter of fact, they've been closing every month with us, which is really amazing.
It
So
will keep happening.
yeah, we'll get into that a little bit. We'll see. All right. So next question, in terms of goals and expectations, what were your goals when you decided to sign up with us, and what challenges were you hoping to overcome?
Well, we've got some big goals, right? We want to build out the firm. We want to, add more advisors, build it out. So we have some pretty high financial goals as well. We'd love to have the business be, a seven-figure business.
So,
And we've heard it, we've seen it happen through you guys as well. So, business owners is where that's at. Um, and some kind of challenges, I guess, that we've been facing is, just kind of time management, right? We've brought on an assistant, we might have to bring on another one. We have all sorts of other kind of partnerships that we're working on in the background, right? And Fondako is a big driver of this. So, yeah, so some challenges is kind of, there's a lot of work to do. So we gotta bring on the team.
let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the challenges I see already coming up and what we're building towards is really a lot of these types of clients are complex. They don't have that straightforward life insurance need as much as we want to just sell them that policy or get them through the door. I really realize that a lot of them have a lot of complex scenarios and planning that we need to run through their accountants, their lawyers, maybe even redrafting certain agreements and things like that. So some of them are slower burns, and we want to make sure that we have every tool or resource. So if we can't answer that question, we've got the resources to be able to support that client. And so that's one thing that we're really working towards right now is making sure that we have all those resources. So again, like we have everything taken care of for that client so they never have to worry about going elsewhere.
One-stop shop. Let's go.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, in terms of current success, like I told you guys, Bryn and Eleni actually closed in their very first month with us, and it's ongoing. So we'll hope that streak continues. But they've been closing. So, here's the question: where are you now in terms of your business journey with us? That is, and what has been the most significant win so far? And can you break it down a little bit for me?
Sure. Yeah. Well, I think we're still newer, I guess, to Fondako. It's only been a few months. So I think in the journey with you guys, it's kind of still fresh and new and very exciting. And I will say that, when we first joined, smooth sailing, then we took a break over the holidays, kind of jumped back in. There was some challenges that we went through, but I will say that you guys were so great through all of it and fast to handle things and to make sure everything's back on track. And you still delivered on all of your promises. So,
Oh, let's
it's still,
go.
we're still, getting everything that we want. Um, and I will say that, yes, closing is something that we are doing in our first few months for sure. But that, like Eleni mentioned, because some of these cases they're larger, they're bigger, they're more complex. We're not just focusing on life insurance. There's so many other pieces that we're going through. So there definitely will be some even bigger cases that we will be closing.
Sure.
I'm sure that this takes, 6 months, a year sometimes to have that happen. And we definitely do have some large companies that we are working with right now through you guys, right?
Right.
So, um, One case that I can touch on that, I've been working with is an estate that's probably valued around, 70 to 80 million. And he's wanting to, there's lots of opportunity there. We're bringing in a pile of professionals that can be able to help this. But it could potentially be a huge thing. He's eager, he's open. So, um, the possibilities are endless, and you foster that relationship, and they've got friends and kids, and if you do a good job, people want to talk about you. So, um, yeah, so it's really cool the opportunities that we've been kind of given because like also Lenny said like I don't know how we'd run into these people elsewhere,
That's
right?
right. Right. That's awesome.
It's so true. Yeah, I think that's one of our biggest wins, but that isn't our client yet. Some of the big ones that we've got, on the line, you could call it. We've got some that are looking at policies between 100 to 250,000 a year, right, in premium. So that's huge, obviously, for cash flow reasons, for the client as well as for us, right? So there's quite a few that I think are going to come over time. And I just wanted to touch because we had actually used Fondako through a different agency that we were partnered with previously. And I'm actually still working with some of those clients on some of that stuff. So
Mm,
again, that slow burn is really true. But if you do a good job for that client, more opportunities will keep coming from
that's
that one person, right? Like with this one client I'm thinking of, we've done probably 6 or 7 policies in the time span that we've been working together. We have all of their investments now, and we continue to help and support their network. So it's just that slow build. We've gotten referrals from that client now that are in that same space. So
nice.
it's really powerful because once you get into that network, then their networks all benefit from
That's
knowing you.
it.
Just bring that value, and it's a game changer. And with all the changes in the tax system, like people need us more than ever. So as long as you can be that trusted person and be that support person, whatever they end up doing financially is kind of irrelevant because you're there to support them through whatever, and that
That's
will come. The business just comes naturally, and it's kind of like a second thought almost because you're just there to help them through all of the planning. And people
that's
have
it.
no idea what they're doing. No one actually builds any
That's
plans for
true.
anybody. So there's a huge gap in service in our industry.
Yeah.
So we're just coming
Yeah.
and filling that gap. It's pretty easy. Kind of feels like
Huh.
start the car. You know what I mean? Because people suck when it comes to the spectrum of advice out there.
That's
So
true.
it's kind of easy in that sense. Like just do a good job and the clients will come and they will stay,
That's
So
awesome.
we just need
Absolutely.
you to get us in front of them. That's it. And
I
that's what
got you. I got it. I got it. No worries. I got that part. All right. Final question. Uh, Beyond, the wins that you guys have so far, what other benefits have you gained from our program? And have there been any unexpected insight or improvements?
Good question.
very good
Um,
question.
we've attended quite a few of the weekly get-togethers,
Mastermind.
like the
Yeah.
weekly master. Yeah. And I've found huge value in that. I think it's great to, get perspective from other advisors, how they're working, some tips and tricks. Some of them have been in the industry a lot longer, so they've seen a few market cycles and everything. So there's some good insights there, definitely. And I think in terms of improvements, I think it seems like you guys are always kind of looking to make adjustments and stay up to date on the technology and, efficiencies on everything. And it's definitely noticeable. And I love that, you know, in the masterminds that, people from Fondako, everyone's kind of there and they're wanting feedback, right? And then they act on the feedback, which is another thing. So you feel valued, you feel heard. If you have things that you want to implement. You guys are very great in finding a way to make it work. So we are very impressed, and we sing your praises to anybody who is looking to have something like
True.
this. Because we definitely don't want to keep you guys a secret.
Awesome.
I love that. I love that. The other thing that we took also from these weekly events, I just love it, but also the school that has a lot of resources that we can tap into. So I'll admit we haven't gone through everything, but what I have gone through, I've pulled a lot of value. One example was the slide deck, right, that you
Mhm.
guys provided that was just kind of a template. So we made our own. And
Mhm.
that really helps drive the conversation. It gives them what they're looking for, but also allows them to learn about you and not make it as transactional. And so I've gotten a ton of value from having those slides. The clients open up, they feel like there's a roadmap. So that slide deck has been a game changer for us because they don't know what to expect when they're clicking an ad,
Right.
right? No idea what's on the other side. So you kind of got to be transparent and let them know up front. If you try to do this workaround thing and try to, oh, we got to, no, you really got to be direct. If I click an ad, I want to get what I'm inquiring about up front, right? Don't beat around the bush, just be
Right.
direct and then provide a ton of value. And then they need to know that you're the resource for that value, right? So that's been a game changer, that slide deck, I got to say. Yeah, it's been huge.
Well, thank you so much. Really, again, I say it and I will say it again. You guys are quality people. I love working with the both of you, and you're very fun as well. We always laugh, even in our conversations on WhatsApp,
Every time.
every time. So, real pleasure. Thank you so much for your time again, and great success to you both.
Thank
Thank
you, Reggie.
you. Thank you so much, Reggie. We'll see you soon. It's always a good time. Can't wait for what
Oh,
the year brings.
awesome.